It's minicamp and OTA season, and today we're looking at the New York Jets, and we're getting our first look at Justin Fields in the New York Jet uniform, watching him throw the ball around and work through some drills. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now because we're covering rookie camp clips, minicamp, OTAs, soon to be training camp, workout clips, interviews, whatever your players are doing behind the scenes, your favorite rookies, guys on your favorite team, that new quarterback on your team, whatever it is, it's going to be right here. Click that button. Stop missing out. We're looking at Justin Fields. They dropped 3 clips today. We're going to cover those, and then we're going to keep looping it and talking ball because that's what we do here. But here it is. The walkout. Justin Fields ready to get it going for the 2025 NFL season. The Jets are good at getting clips, so imagine I'm going to have a lot of days where I'm posting Justin Fields content because we did that last year with the Jets and with Aaron Rodgers and other players. A lot of Breece Hall, but look at that ball sail. Look at that ball sail. There it is. This one's from the Jets. Boom, get it. Get it. They do a lot of content like this. A lot of teams do a lot of content like this. Here's one from a beat writer, getting the ball out there. So one thing about Justin Fields is last year with the Steelers, got a lot of content on him from his practices with the Steelers, especially in training camp. He was killing it in training camp. He was killing it. Him and George Pickens. And now you got him on the Jets, a new team. We got Garrett Wilson and company. We also got Breece Hall. We got the Ohio State connection. He's probably going to gel pretty quickly here. And when I see this offense and you look at his backfield, you got Breece Hall. You got a stud running back now with him. You got one of the top running backs in the league, a very underrated running back for how good he is. For how good he is. Garrett Wilson's a good wide receiver. Imagine he should be spammed with targets. Fields, lethal with the legs. Strong arm. I imagine this team's going to run the football. They've been stocking running backs. They got 2 good running backs right behind Breece Hall. Breece Hall's going to get a lot of work. You're going to run it with Fields a bit. They're going to control clock, keep things slow. Garrett Wilson's going to get the targets, though. Should easy get 5+ a game, maybe more in a lot of weeks. I look for him to push like 7 to 10 mostly per game. Mostly. Like when you look at players week to week, there's like spike weeks, low weeks, middle weeks. When you're looking at the numbers, if you follow the channel and you follow me for fantasy football, we cover those charts. You'll see that. I look for him mostly being that 7 to 10 range, a lot in the 5s, very little lower than that. I look for him to get spammed, peppered with targets. I look for him to get a lot of volume. I look for that to happen, but where's the competition at for that volume? You know what I'm saying? And now you're looking at Breece Hall. I think he's going to get a lot of work. I think they're looking at running the football here. I think they're going to try and control the clock. I think this is another chance for Justin Fields to prove himself. Look at him with the GoPro on. He's going to be taken off. He's going to be lethal with the legs. He's got the Ohio State connection there. The arm's strong. If anything, you're going to have a fun look in training camp. Jets show a lot of clips. They show what's going on in practice. We called them the killer bees last year, Breece Hall and Braylon Allen. We're going to be watching a lot of Justin Fields content, watching him spread the ball around. He's going to get you excited in training camp. And behind that offensive line of Steelers, it was no bueno. It was not good. It was not good at all. Now we're on a different team, different system. We had our moments in Chicago, especially when we got DJ Moore up there in yardage. Maybe that transfers over to Garrett Wilson. And maybe behind the Jets offensive line, we're a little bit better. Maybe a lot better. Maybe that's what we need. Maybe we just need some confidence and maybe more than just, hey, you're competing with Russell Wilson. You also got a good running back to lean on. Didn't have that in Steelers. You had 2 okay running backs, but you didn't have a Breece Hall. Now we're with the Jets, and he's going to get the keys to the car. There's a lot of upside here with Justin Fields. Strong arm, mobility. Again, I expect this team to be run heavy. I expect Garrett Wilson to get a lot of targets from Justin Fields. Catchable targets really will depend on how well we gel and how things look in season. Joint practices will be your answer, honestly, for Justin Fields if you're looking for some insight going into the season. Joint practices. Now, if you're looking for fantasy football takes, Justin Fields will always be a candidate to get you fantasy production on the ground, and that's going to allow him to give you those big-time weeks, and he's going to be cheap. Nobody's going to be going after him in redraft that heavy. So he's going to give you some boom for the bust or boom for the money, whatever you're paying for draft-wise. Dynasty still is a money ball play because there's a good chance that it's not for long. The Jets go for another quarterback, especially if he's not hitting. But he could hit and be there for a bit. But again, the mobility with the legs, that is huge for fantasy football. That is massive. Getting just 40 yards on the ground, that's 4 fantasy points. Then you pass for 250 and you get a touchdown, either rushing or throwing. That's an okay day. That's an okay day. Those 4 fantasy points from rushing, and maybe you rushed and got a touchdown on top of that. That's a good day. That's an okay day. That gets you by. That's a good floor day. And then the big days, then the days where you take off for a lot of yards. Fields has that production profile where it doesn't look glamorous on the NFL-wise, quarterback-wise some days, but yet fantasy-wise, it's amazing. Now, you're looking at Garrett Wilson. He's going to be a little bit of a gamble because you can't 100% trust it, but if you look at DJ Moore in Chicago with Justin Fields, and considering what else is there on the roster, I think he's going to get peppered with targets. I think he's at least going to get a lot of volume. And I think Breece Hall is going to get a lot of volume. I think Breece Hall is going to be in a predicament where he has to hit or this team ain't moving. This team's just going to tread. This team's just going to tread water. I think everything's really on Breece Hall's shoulders and Justin Fields getting by. Now, if he does more than that, this team might exceed expectations. His team really might exceed expectations. But if he's just good enough to get by, put the load on Breece Hall's shoulders in the run game, you might get something out of this team for fantasy football. You might be able to move the chains a little bit. But outside of that, you're really looking at Garrett Wilson. You're looking at Fields as a money ball play. With that arm, it's going to be fun. The Jets are at least going to be fun this year. They're going to be fun in training camp. That's for sure. With Justin Fields at the helm, throwing the ball all over the yard, he's going to be making some big plays in training camp. Training camp's it. And it might go into season. It might, because it's a different offensive line than in Pittsburgh. We're not looking over our shoulder at Russell Wilson. We don't have that either. It might be a little different. You got Garrett Wilson. You got some other playmakers, too, on this team. You got some other guys there like Gibson. You got some other dudes. You got the killer bees behind them in the backfield. Breece Hall, Braylon Allen. You got some talent here. This team's stacked differently. Run the clock, allow that defense to do the work. This might be scary. They could exceed expectations. We know what the down game looks like, so why talk about it? The up game's looking pretty good, though. It's looking good. The upside's looking pretty good. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.